All right, here we go. I'm going to give you the truth about the whole Rush Limbaugh situation in the NFL. It's been an interesting week in sports. I'll go over my week review probably tomorrow. But today I got to talk about the topic of the week, the topic of the month. You know, some are alarmed, some are up in arms, some are just outright protesting. Rush Limbaugh is wanting to buy the St. Louis Rams. So, what's my take on this? You want the truth? I'm going to give you the truth. Now, my take on the whole Rush Limbaugh situation may be a little different than you may think because, okay, you look at me, you know, I'm a black guy, you say, hey, this guy's going to say what I probably think he's going to say. But let me share with you why I feel like Rush Limbaugh should be able to buy that team if he wants to. And that's because it's America, people. It's free enterprise. And Rush Limbaugh is like anybody else in entertainment, you ask me. Some people may think he's dangerous and takes him seriously and everything else. I've listened to Rush's show, a few times over the years, since 2000. And I've listened for stretches of an hour. I'll tune in every now and then just to see what he's talking about, usually around, election times or right after elections or something like that. Just to get his take on how he sees things, or at least how he presents things. And every time I've listened, I've never really heard anything that made me say, you know what, I'll never listen to this guy again. Now, I don't listen often anyway, but I'm just saying. Sometimes being offended is just that, being offendable. I mean, to me, Rush Limbaugh, as I mentioned, is entertainment. He doesn't shape the way I think, doesn't shape the way I feel, and most of the things he says to me has no credence whatsoever. Now, some things he says, some things he says are right, but most of what he says is just off base, period. And I'm not afraid of what Russ has to say. He has a big listening audience, and people listens to him, and some people agree with the way he's thinking, or at least what he presents to people that he thinks. And that's fine with me. And how those people that follow Rush and believe everything he says, how they feel about me really doesn't matter one iota. Not at all. So, my take on Rush, he's an entertainer. Has he said some things that may be offendable to people? Absolutely. I say some things that may be offendable to people. What he did said about Donovan McNabb, was I offended? No, I wasn't offended. That was his opinion. He was being paid to give an opinion of what he thought about a number of different things. And because it wasn't politically correct for him to think that way or even voice what he was thinking, is totally crazy to me. No, ESPN should have never fired him. This guy was just giving you an opinion, his opinion, not my opinion, and some other people's opinion. Some people feel like that about Donovan McNabb. I don't, but some people do. And they can have their opinion. But I know a lot of times when you get into these kind of issues, it touches a lot of chords. And I know there's a lot of history and things like that out there that people read into. Sometimes things are there. Sometimes things are read into it. Now, on this Donovan McNabb tape, I think he was way off base. Donovan is one of the best quarterbacks in the league. You look at his numbers, you look at his production, you look at his winning percentage, you look at those things, and he's one of the best quarterbacks in the league. Now, he hasn't won a Super Bowl, but neither did Dan Marino. So, there's a lot that can go into that argument. We can go back and forth on, people's opinions of what kind of players different players are, but it's just that. It's just their opinion. Because Donovan was black, and because he brought up the black quarterback issue, that has been an issue, times past in the NFL, then he touched on a hot button, and everybody got up in arms. Oh, fire him. That's his opinion, people. He was getting paid to give an opinion, just like I'm giving an opinion right now. But of course, I don't have 30 million listeners or viewers. It would be nice to. But maybe after this take I will. But no, don't fire the man. He's giving an opinion. Now, one thing I will say is that when I look on the sports boards like ESPN, Yahoo, some of the other places where a lot of the sports fans gather and congregate, it is disturbing and sad to really see how many true racist people there are out there. Now, I'm not saying Russ is racist. I'm not saying that. Now, and this is the thing too, and I'm going to do a whole series on race in sports. I'm going to deal with the race issue in a whole series, give you my take. I've been black a long time. But everybody that doesn't agree with me and my blackness doesn't mean they're racist. If they don't like somebody that's black, doesn't mean that they're racist. They may not just like that person, and that person may happen to be black. Just because they don't understand everything that goes on within my culture doesn't mean that they're racist. And they may not want to understand everything in my culture, and that's okay with me. Because there's some things in other people's culture that I don't want to understand. I'm fine with where I am, and it's okay. It's okay to be who you are. In my opinion, it is. And so when we get off into a lot of the heated discussions and, you know, who's racist and who's not, and what defines racism and what defines who's a racist, yeah, I think a lot of that is misunderstood. I think we throw those labels out there too easily, throw them out there too often, because sometimes it's just people are clannish. Not to say people are in the Klan. That's not the Klan I'm talking about, not you guys. I'm talking about people are clannish, like they like to be with their groups. It's a natural phenomenon in nature. And I won't get into all that again, because that's going to say that for the race tape. But now, back to Rush Limbaugh and the St. Louis Rams. Look, this is America. Let the man own the team. If he has the money, I understand he's from St. Louis or somewhere in Missouri. If he has the money, if it's been a lifelong dream, he's a sports fan, and if he has the money and the group and the backing and wants to own a team, let the man fulfill his dream if that's what he wants to do. Because he doesn't agree with everything about blackness or understand everything about being black, is not sensitive to what blacks have gone through in this country, that doesn't make the man unworthy of spending his money and participating in the free enterprise system. Oh my goodness. Come on, people. This is America. So, hey, that's my take on it. Let the man own the team. I don't agree with Rush Limbaugh, but I'm not going to play for the St. Louis Rams. Yeah, I have a good friend of mine, close friend of mine, who has a relative that plays with the Rams. I haven't gotten his take, but I might see if I can reach him to see how he feels about that. But it's like this. Almost all states is a right to work state. So it's like if you want to work for that team, they draft you, and you don't want to work for them, hey, don't go. If you're a free agent and they offer you money and you don't want to take the money, you stand on your principles. If that's what you believe, then don't play for them. It's just like if I go out looking for a job tomorrow and it's a company that I don't agree with their principles or whatever, I can choose not to put in an application there. I mean, maybe I'm making this too simplistic. Maybe I'm making this too simple, but to me it's black and white. Let the man do what he wants to do. I may have some things that I may say about some white people. I may say that they can't jump. They made a movie about that. And it was a good movie. Everybody watched it. They made money. I didn't see anybody going crazy. I mean, I may say some things. You'll never see another white man win the 100-meter dash. I may say that. It's my opinion. I don't think it's true. It may be true. But anyway, I diverse. Look, let the man own the team. This is America, folks. Let's not find reasons to be up in arms when there are no reasons there. Okay, so what? The man doesn't like Obama. He said some things. Then there are things reported that he said that I can't find that he really said. So maybe I'll do some more research on that. But I mean, again, this is America. I believe in free enterprise. And if the man has the money, if he has the organization and the backing to buy a team, let him buy a team. And the 30 million or however many people listen to his show, that listen to his show to find guidance and that they're really taking their cues from him, those people, they're lost already. There's no help for them. Look, I'm out. I told you I was going to give you the truth. The truth in sports. Stay tuned. Look out for the rest of my weeks on my blog, www.thetruthinsportsbymrj.com. I'll be giving you some more truth, insight, wisdom to get you through the week. All right, that's out. I've done my 10 minutes. Peace.